Hey everybody, Mac the Monster here, back with Diablo 3, and I got the Witch Hunter on the chopping block. And he's got a nice little Skorn there, but it's not a broken Skorn. It's a life on hit Skorn. So, he is a lot more friendly than a lot of the other classes are, which is interesting, because he was never so friendly before. And I definitely got him Torment 3 friendly, and a lot of people are having easy time doing Torment level 6, so I'm not surprised. I don't have incredible gear. I have okay gear. In fact, it's actually, stat-wise, nowhere near as good as some of the other characters, and I find them performing far superiorly, if that's even a word, but far more superior. And, well, if you haven't seen any of the other videos and you don't know, there are some new changes on here. When I'm talking about Torment, they've changed the difficulties from Monster Power over to Normal, Hard, Expert, Master, and Torment. And Torment has a slider bar that goes from 1 to 6. And on Torment 3, they're basically equivalating that to Monster Power 7 from before. And, well, as far as the Witch Doctor goes, I would say it's probably true. But for some of the other classes, I would say it's probably higher. And for some classes, it might be a little bit lower. Let me go ahead and get into the game. And you can do almost anything you want with him. A lot of the old builds are kind of semi-viable. You'll have to use what's going to be considered broken gear to really make them work. And by broken gear, it's basically non-Reaper of Soul gear, life steal, and certain other types of gear is being removed from the game. So I'm kind of shifting over to the style of play that I'm going to expect to be able to do with Reaper of Souls, and you can expect to be able to do with Reaper of Souls. And basically life on hits replacing it. And the Witch Doctor can, he's got massive, massive life abilities. So for this build here, I'm basically using zombie dogs as my mainstay, bread and butter, stay alive tools, and we're using Zombie Handler to get another zombie dog out there, and we're using life on hit. With leeching beasts, it's actually pretty incredible if you go for it. And what I mean by go for it is your zombie dogs here heal for 100% of your life on hit with every attack. So with every attack they do, which is probably once per second, but with 4 of them, that's turning in for me a little bit over 10,000 health. If you look over here, they got my life on hit a little bit under 10,000, 1,744, we'll say 1,750. So that's 7,000 health a second I'm getting from zombie dogs alone. And then I'm working in a lot of AoE. Oops, keep hitting P. So what I'm using here to support the zombie dogs, and it's basically my Spirit Barrage build that I used to do, and I love the fact I can do it now. Is we're using Locust Swarm, but instead of doing like Searing Swarm or Devouring Swarm, we don't need the mana so much. You can put the mana in if you want it, but I'm doing Cloud of Insects. What this does is it's the same damage, because it doubles the damage and doubles the duration, so it's basically the same damage. However, with the duration being longer, you don't have to cast it as much, and it hangs around a lot longer, and it still jumps the entire time. So if something else shows up, you don't necessarily have to keep casting it. It more than likely will jump again. So that saves some time with the jumping. And with it jumping all around, it does provide a pretty decent life income, even though there is a coefficient on how much life it comes through or whether or not it can proc, it still works, and it works very well. Our main bread and butter is going to be Spirit Barrage with Well of Souls. So it's basically 4 little shots that shoot out and hit things, and Life on Hit works with those very well. The first shot hits for 425% weapon damage. That's a great big deal more. And it bombards the enemy with 4 Spirit Bolts, deal a total of 425% weapon damage, and an additional 3 Spirit Seek Out, deal another 65 weapon damage as cold. So now we're slowing and snaring. We got 7 a second going out. All that hitting for life per hit. Even though there's a coefficient on it, we're still getting life per hit on it. The damage is good. It's not insanely good, and it's not really great AoE, so we're going to support it with a Locust Swarm, and we're going to support it with Zombie Charger, Explosive Beast, because Zombie Chargers themselves aren't easy to support without good gear, and supporting it with a lot of stats as well. The Explosive Beast is nice because we can fire it once in a while, and we get a pretty good damage deal. And it does a nice little AoE, and it's a good little burst. We're going to sustain ourselves with Spirit Walk, Healing Journey. If anything goes wrong, we hit it, and we go invisible for 2 seconds, and we heal 14% of our maximum health. And that's always nice. And we're going to, anytime we come across a pack or elites or the Key Warden, we're going to unleash our Fetish Army. And I went with the Headhunters. It's poison damage. There's a lot of different ones. You can go with the Tiki Tortures for some fire, and the rest are physical. But that's all really preference. I just went with those because they're ranged and they'll shoot things. I don't have to worry about them getting into range as much. And the other ones will run into range. It's nice little crowd control. When things go awry, you can sit back and fire off. And with the extra dog, that does the same thing. And we're going to do Grave Injustice, because this will give us 1% of our maximum life and mana, and reduce the cooldown of all your skills by 1 second when the enemy dies within 20 yards. We're going to do Rush of Essence. This makes Spirit Barrage virtually free because every time we cast it, we'll regenerate 100 mana over 10 seconds. So we're basically getting that mana back. Also, when we hit Spirit Walk, we'll get some, maybe not Spirit Walk. Yep, Spirit Walk, we'll get 100 mana back again. So that will help us with mana again. And like I said, Zombie Handler, so we get an extra dog out there. If you wanted to go with the Gargantuan over the Fetish Army, that's another choice. You'll have a pet, and he would have actually 20% more health as well. I want the dogs for the lifesteal, and that's what we're exploiting. It works real well on Torment 3. And so I'll go ahead and show it, even though this will be at 20 frames a second again. So of course make sure we have our dogs out there. I'll just sit here and start spamming my Spirit Well here. As you can see, the disease keeps spreading as things keep showing up, so I don't have to keep casting it. It's very nice. Once it goes away, just recast it. There's so much life coming in from the zombie dogs, from the Spirit Barrage, because it's firing off so much. I mean, I could be firing off zombie as well. I usually don't go overboard unless I have to. You can aim it. The Spirit Barrage will go after what you aim. I usually try to find the wall and then follow the wall. The Spirit Barrage just chews things up, single target. So I got a pack here. What's nice is it's cold damage, so it slows and snares. Once I get a grip on the fight, I can start unleashing bears. Or dogs. They're actually dogs, but it's a zombie bear. Skill. So that was a pack. That was pretty easy. Torment level 3. Oops. So I got a little crazy, back up. Where's trouble? Oh, fair gun. Might as well beef that up. Seeing how that's what we're exploiting. guess I should check over here just in case, but I doubt he's here. Didn't think so. Well, it's too bad about the goblin, but that's death if you go after him. It's usually the trap. Wow, they summon a lot of those things. That was pretty easy. There it is. Not sure why he always runs all the way, but he does. And pretty easy. Even though he trapped and shot us, he had no shot. Technically, though, if you have your spirit locked up before he shoots you, you should hit it and let the shot go right through you. Makes it a lot easier. But that's the Spirit Barrage build. I'm glad it's back. I used to love it before, a long time ago. And hope it helps. Hope you guys enjoy it, and talk to everybody later.